Boss, one of the latest missions to come in is connected to the walker gears. This could be our chance to close in on Cypher. Take a look at your mission list.
Ever since the attack on your unit 9 years ago, the name Big Boss has become known the world over.
What do you mean?
Those of your men who survived traveled far and wide. They fought throughout the world. In fact, they're part of the reason we have all these PFs now. Every one of them suffered their own phantom pain from losing you. Talking about you wherever they went helped to heal their wounds. Your actions and words, your legend, has been told on every battlefield they've set foot on. Obviously, as the tales have spread, the truth's been distorted and painted over. Big Boss sacrificed himself to show us the threat that Cypher poses. He sounded a warning, so it goes.
A warning?
Too much power destroys the hands that hold it. Apparently, you chose to be a living example of that.
I never said any of that.
The moment any truth is passed on, it starts turning into fiction. The problem is, fiction inspires people more than facts. To the world, you're now the legendary mercenary Big Boss. The lessons you've taught the PFs are the reason they're so widespread. They're the reason they've survived. And you know what they all aspire to? To one day go nuclear, just like you did, and stand up to Cypher.
Of all the stupid things you could do.
They'll never understand what you really wanted. Heroes are misunderstood. It takes a man of the same caliber to understand what drives them. Bottom line is, these guys want to be like their hero, Big Boss. And deep down, they all have their eyes on nuclear weapons. They say that a nuke is the only means of standing against Cypher. But these days, it's becoming little more than a slogan to rally the troops and survive in a cutthroat business.
Currently, there are 3 major PFs who've expanded into Central Africa. CFA, Rogue Coyote, and Zero Risk Security. HEC's investigations have shown there's almost no overlap between their areas of operation. It's not so much a turf war, more like they have a gentleman's agreement. If you do cross paths with them, you probably won't have to face more than one at a time. Still, don't expect a walk in the park. The CFA, Contract Forces of Africa. These guys are a major player. Their head office is in Pretoria, South Africa. That's also where the South African Defense Force is headquartered. We think the two are closely connected. An HEC investigation revealed that most of the CFA's operators are former SADF soldiers. South Africa has been locked in struggles with neighboring regimes for years. That means constant action, and we know better than anyone that's the best kind of training. A company drawing its recruits from hardened military vets. You can bet they know how to handle themselves. Do not underestimate them. Within the CFA is a company of soldiers made up mainly of locally hired operators. They speak Afrikaans to communicate with personnel from the CFA, but if you notice any speaking the local language, that's them. Though hired from the local population, they were originally part of a paramilitary group, so they'll have plenty of combat experience. And unlike their days shooting junkyard rifles out of beat-up pickup trucks, the CFA now supplies them with the latest gear from the West. On top of that, they've been combat trained by the South African Army. All that adds up to a much stronger fighting force. So don't brush them off. Look at the Angola-Zaire border region. The east bank of the Munene River in particular. It's a microcosm of a problem that stretches all across Africa. There's a civil war going on in Angola, fought between the government MPLA and the Western-backed UNITA. Zaire is still a dictatorship under President Mobutu, but numerous uprisings have broken out in its remote regions. With all the trouble elsewhere keeping their hands full, neither government has control over their side of the border. They depend on militias and PFs, as do the rebels. Government forces, guerrillas, militants, groups of all shapes and sizes hawk whatever resources they can to hire PFs. Conflict brings PFs. PFs expand the war zone, and more conflicts erupt in a continuous chain reaction. Sounds like our kind of work. Mother Base could grow by leaps and bounds.
Hard to believe how many of those bipedal weapons have popped up around Africa.
When did that start? No more than 6 months ago. Didn't really hit me until I came here.
They're not supposed to be in use yet. Emmerich says they were still doing the last round of fine-tuning.
The doctor has no idea. His research has already hit the black market. Both sides of the Iron Curtain will have it by now. Even so, they're spreading much too fast. Sure, the Walker gears can operate in any terrain. Their mobility's just as good in the jungle as it is in the desert. That would come in handy in a place like Africa. They are modules that can one day be used as nuclear weapon systems. And with that in mind, the numbers are way too large. There must be another reason they're so widespread.
Like what?
It's all about needs. To small-time outfits like most of these private forces, this product is a dream come true. Hell, it goes beyond PFs. This is the ultimate weapon, the forbidden fruit. For anyone with an enemy to fight and people to defend.
A nuclear deterrent.
Exactly. Sounds familiar, huh? PFs are all...
It's no good, boss. Attacking like that won't cut it. Aim somewhere else. Or change to a different weapon.
Talked about. If it is, why is Cypher letting everyone and his brother get their hands on one? What comes next? Selling nuclear weapons in the open? Making them public property?
Why don't they give that a try? Then the next war really will be fought with sticks.
Right. The man we're dealing with isn't foolish enough to make a suicide pact with the world.
So, what is Cypher really up to?
CFP is clear. Vehicles van vijandige activiteit. Scout sekuriteit. Oor. Uitkijken beklei.
Alles skips verder, dis CFP. Ons is in volle contact met vijandige maag. Alle eenhede bereid voor aanval.
Snake, talk to me! Snake!
No good, boss. Attacking like that won't cut it. Aim somewhere else. Or change to a different weapon.
Waarschijnlijke uitdrukkingen. Geer instructie. Oor. De CFP begrijp. Ons is onder de aanval. Alle eenheden op gereedheid. Uit.
Schiet!
Chipje, de Zulu 4. Bedreigend gevaar. Ga op gereedheid. Oor. Dat is CFP, begrijp. Kijk eens van enige iets vandaag. Uit. Chipje, de Zulu 1. Ik heb iets die moeite waard hier. Hoe moet ons voortgaan? Oor. Dat is CFP, begrijp. Scouts van deze windvakken. Uit.
It could be plenty useful for us. That's the target.
Ik wil
Where are
niet
the
prik
others?
niet.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Ik wil
Where are
niet
your
prik
friends?
niet.
Spit it out.
Alsjeblieft. Wat gemaakt?
Where are your friends?
Hey, check it out.
Hier, op 14 kwartier en van langs de vijanden.
That's the target.
Contact verloren naar het kruisvuur. Vijand kan nog immers daarbij wegkruipen. Adresseer waakzaam mee. AK, dat is hier, kom in.
Where are your friends?
AK, kom in. AK. AK, dat is hier. AK, reageer.
Ik wil niet, Frik, niet.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
What is Kitty?
You gotta extract him. Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Boss, this contract comes from the MPLA, the People's Movement for the Liberation of Angola. Apparently, new Western bipedal weapons have been deployed to the Tadi abandoned village and are a threat to their troops. Our job is to eliminate them. The bipedal weapons they're talking about are, of course, walker gears. As I previously reported, they're already in active service with PFs in Africa. But don't you find it strange? A PF employed by the West obtains a prototype developed by the Soviets, yet the Russia-backed MPLA don't know the details. Eastern weapons technology developed in Afghanistan is being supplied to the West in Africa. Only Cypher would be capable of making something like that happen. So, boss, eliminate the walker gears at Ditati Abandoned Village, just like the MPLA have asked. Once you do, the PF will need to contact its supplier, giving us a chance to close in on that supplier. Cypher.
Boss, this contract comes from the People's Movement for the Liberation of Angola, also known as the MPLA. The PF at Ditati Abandoned Village has been supplied with walker gears. Your job is to eliminate them all. Destroy them, extract them, whatever you see fit. This just might get us closer to the walker gear supplier, Cypher. Good luck, boss. Targets have been deployed to that outpost. Find and eliminate all of them.
Where are your friends?
Ik wil niet, trek niet.
Where are your friends?
Ik wil niet, trek niet.
Spit it out.
That's the way. Nice work. Keep it up. Subject is in.
Heads up.
CPN stelt zich neer. Onderzoek voltooid. Geen teken van die vijand. Oor. Er is CPN begrepen. Wees paraat. Uit.
That's the way. Great. No targets remaining. Your objective's complete. Exfiltrate out of the hot zone by chopper or on land. Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
ها بكلان buddy.
Where are your friends? Don't move.
Possibly.
Don't move. Heads up.
What is it?
Destroyed their anti-air radar? It wasn't one of the targets, and that's put a hole in their air surveillance. The chopper will be able to get in close now. You can designate a landing zone near the outpost.
CPN begrepen. Bevestigd met onderzoek. De grote spoortruck. Uit.
All right, you're out of the hot zone. No enemy forces in pursuit. Mission complete. Mission complete, boss. Boss, we were right. Once you'd eliminated those walker gears, a resupply call was made from Ditati to CFA headquarters. The CFA then contacted none other than Saner. That's right, the shell company that owned Mfinda Oilfield. So Saner was just a front for Cypher. The resupply won't be happening just yet. But we did learn that the walker gears are transported out of Nova Braga Airport. Apparently, there's a distribution network on the Savannah that links all the PF outposts. I'll have the intel team investigate this network. If Cypher is supplying PFs with walker gears, the PFs have to be offering them something in return. We follow the money trail. We might just find ourselves on Cypher's doorstep. boss. The intel team has come back with its report following its investigation into PF logistics. Cypher has to be involved with this distribution network somehow. One thing in particular caught my eye. A convoy that regularly crosses the savannah. On paper, it's just mined resources going to the government, but the security's much too heavy. At the very least, it's worth checking out. Take a look at the mission.
Boss, about those walker gears deployed by the CFA. It appears that it's not just the CFA. PFs all along the Angola-Zaire border are also getting equipped with them. The bipedal technology was developed by the Soviets, but Cypher's the one supplying it to the PFs. The question is why? What's in it for them? The answer may lie in the compensation being traded to Cypher by the PFs. Many outfits operating in Africa get locally mined resources as spoils of war. Diamonds, nuggets of gold, and rare metals. According to the intel team, there's a PF convoy that regularly transports the goods, escorted by armored vehicles, no less. Pretty heavy security for crossing the remote Angolan savannah. I can't imagine Cypher would be so interested in minerals alone. Those convoys have to be transporting something else. Something that holds the key to Cypher's plans. Boss, I want you to extract the truck, cargo and all, from the PF convoy. Let's find out what Cypher's real goals are.
That's the target. Subject is in. That's the target. Captured an enemy vehicle. Just like weapons and items, you can use your iDroid to have vehicles you've extracted airdropped in. You can also let members of the combat unit use them on dispatch missions. Boss, your objective is to steal an entire truck from a PF convoy. We don't have a fix on the truck we want, but the intel team has spotted the unit that's been tasked with escorting it. They're stationed at the guard post to the north of Nova Braga Airport on the Savannah. The rendezvous with our target will be any time now. Start by heading to that guard post. Then follow the escort unit. It should lead you right to the target truck. Boss, extract them from the mission area. You can check the target details on your iDroid.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
You've reached the guard post. Where's the escort unit? The escort unit isn't there. We must be... Lead us to the target. Look everywhere in the guard post. Found an intel file. Perfect, boss. It's the escort plan for the transport truck. I'm putting the escort unit's predicted route on your iDroid. Get after them. They should rendezvous with the target soon. That truck is the target. Extract it out of the mission area. You can also drive it out of the hot zone yourself.
Where are your friends? Where are the others?
Qatar, Afrikaans en almal te forceer om het te dra. Dis waar die opstand is.
Aangaan is transport. Ons het die sekuriteits-escort ontmoet op pad na die bestemming.
Coming too. Roger that. You gonna extract him?
CP is Zulu 6. Ons het skade aan die installasie. Dit is 'n vyandige aanval. Oor. Dit is CP, begryp. Alles op onmiddellik en geen terugvoering. Uit. Alle skaders, dit is CP. Bestel is net afgegaan. Lyk soos 'n probleem met die kragbron. Die ook al die naaste is gaan kyk na die kragstelsel.
Bastards are pulling guard duty. That proves the cargo is headed to Cypher. Can't believe you took those things out. Now you just have to extract the target. By chopper or by land. That's it. You've made it out of the hot zone. No sign of the enemy. Mission complete, boss. Mission complete, boss. Boss, we searched the truck you recovered. There were two primary types of cargo. First, drums of malachite, a copper ore. That took up most of the truck bed. But malachite isn't valuable enough to warrant an escort. The real cargo was likely the second item, a shielding container. The contents, yellow cake. That's right, the raw material for a nuclear weapon. That might point to the weapon to surpass Metal Gear Emmerich told us about. But who can say? Thing is, there isn't a lot of it. Not enough to make a nuclear warhead. Give us some time. We'll look into it. Try to figure out why they had this under such close guard. Boss, this is an emergency. We had two intel team agents undercover at the PF, Contract Forces of Africa. The CFA have captured them both. They don't have long to live. You've got to get them out of there ASAP. This means Cypher might be getting wind of our existence. We may need to move more cautiously from now on. I just hope this incident has nothing to do with them. I've added the details to your mission list. Don't let them down, boss.
Boss, I have the report on that cargo we stole from Cypher's truck. The PF was transporting two things. The analysis of that malachite has come back first. Naturally, the main compound is copper. There's also a small amount of cobalt. Nothing unusual so far. Southern Zaire is a well-known copper belt. However, in addition to these, we also detected a trace amount of uranium. The content percentage, though, is too low for nuclear development. It most likely came from Shinkalobwe mine. That's where the uranium in that area comes from. The mine's closed, as all the high-purity uranium ore dried up a long time ago. But you could probably still find it there in small quantities. That said, there are plenty of other uranium mines that are in operation, like in Niger, Namibia, South Africa. Why go to an abandoned mine to scrape up whatever's left and ship it out in mass quantities without refining it? They were transporting that yellow cake, too, which would suggest they have the technology to refine uranium. Anyway, that about sums it up. Unfortunately, the analysis of that yellow cake is taking a little longer. I'll let you know when it's done. emergency. We had 2 intel team agents undercover at the PF contract forces of Africa. The CFA have captured them both. They don't have long to live. You've got to get them out of there ASAP. Since our mission at the oil field, we're no longer just business rivals to the CFA. We're enemies, and they want revenge. Our men will be killed the moment the interrogation's complete. And then it won't just be a matter of 2 dead soldiers. Their execution will be a catalyst, sparking resentment within Diamond Dogs against the CFA. Our men will push us to retaliate. Then things will cease to be about business. We'll be starting a personal war. That's not what we set out to do. The 2 men are being held in Kaziba camp. Hurry, boss. They're counting on you. Don't let them down.
Come on!
Move.
Possibly.
Our intel team members are being held captive by the PF in that area, the CFA. Your job is to rescue them. They don't have long to live. It appears that one of our 2 men has broken out of the encampment and is on the run. He contacted us to say he was surrounded. That's the last we heard from him. Your map is marked with a predicted field of movement based on where his transmissions cut off. The other man is still captive inside the encampment. Boss, rescue our men. Extract them both and get them back to Mother Base.
Staff member on the run last contacted us from that forest. The enemy PF already has troops spread out in a manhunt to find him. Keep your eyes open.
Extract our man before their search team can find him. Check his location on your iDroid.
Alles gespannt, das seht ihr. Ons wordt aangevallen. Alle eenheden beschermen jouw positie.
Target's predicted field of movement. If he's gone to ground, he'll have hidden himself somewhere in that area. Find him. That's the target. Quickly, extract him while you can.
Boss, my other man. He's here. I never told them a thing.
CP, dat is Zulu 4. Zag verloren vijand. Speed laatste
Have him tell him.
Oor.
I swallowed
Dat is CP, begrijp. Houd die voort in. Punt, hallo. Uit.
Let my feet!
CP, dat is Zulu 10. Vijand bij de zag. Zoek nou. Oor. Dat is CP, begrijp. Wanneer hebben jullie voorsprong niet? Houd die voort. Uit.
Now, rescue the other target. Head for Kaziba camp. Boss, our man you extracted gave us all the intel he could. He got a lead on what's happening with the CFA. Check it on your iDroid. That's our intel team agent. He's being held in Kaziba camp. Get him out of there. Recently, the CFA has suddenly pulled their men out of Masa village. Strategically speaking, it's as if they lost their minds. I sent him in to find out what their reason was. Our man brought that photo back with him. It was taken at Masa village. What you see there is a CFA soldier. And I'm sure you recognize those symptoms. We're hearing that this is cropping up among the CFA ranks a lot lately, especially among local hires sent to the Masa village area. The thing is, they suspect that you're behind the disease. The Diamond Dogs is doing it. Boss, you remember that oil field mission back when we'd just come to Africa? The disease took hold in the CFA right after that. The CFA are afraid, they're frustrated, and they're angry. They'll want to pin it on us. Somebody's putting them up to it. Probably the real power behind the CFA manipulating their information. Whatever they were doing in that oil field, and whoever's behind this disease, we need more information.
Kaziba camp, an enemy outpost. It's got good visibility and not many places to hide. Use the landscape wherever possible. We've picked up some movement. The squad is on its way to Kaziba camp. We've ID'd them as some CFA heavyweights. These aren't your everyday reinforcements. Whatever's about to happen, you need to get the target out now.
Is that him? That's him. That's the target. He's injured. Looks half-starved, too. There's no way he can stand the shock of a Fulton extraction. Get him out by chopper.
They kept saying the disease was her fault. Shouting it at me. Over and over. They kept saying, you think we're angry? From Massa Village, we'll bleed you all dry for this.
Destroyed their anti-air radar? It wasn't one of the targets, but that's put a hole in their air surveillance. The chopper will be able to get in close now. You can designate a landing zone near the outpost.
CP is down the feed. Wat tof ook gehoord. Precies onbekend. Word. De CP begrijp. Alle eenheden. Wat voor moeilijke herinneringen zijn. Uit.
Arriving shortly at LZ. This is P-Quad. On station at LZ. Confirmed extraction of both targets. Boss, on behalf of all the Diamond Dogs, thank you. Mission complete, boss. Boss, one of the job offers we received concerns me. There's a PF commander who's been talking big about getting into the nuclear arms trade. This could be connected to that yellow cake. And there's another contract I'd like you to handle. It's a wet job, but we need to divert Cypher's attention. Check the mission list for the details.